Hi folks, this is the Mediocre Chess Meister, aka the Travel Meister. I'm going to show you a small game, a short game that I played just minutes ago. It was 14 moves long, and the funny thing about it was that we never really got into even the middle game. It was the opening and then the aftermaths of the opening, so it's a pretty funny game that way. This is the short version, and I would recommend you watch the middle and longer versions. It does have some exciting material. I played a bad opening, forgot the theory, and then there was a nice little sacrifice, nice little tactic at the end. I hope you can see the full videos. They would explain a lot more, and you can learn a lot more. But this is a short video if you just want to watch it and have a little bit of fun watching how an amateur plays. So I had a bad night with e4 last night. I lost a lot of games. So I decided to go back to queen opening, which I've seen serves me well. It's a lot more solid for me a lot of the times. I feel better. So I played d4, d5, c4, queen's gambit. He accepts. Knight to c3, c6. I open it up e3. I want to capture this pawn with my bishop, reclaim my lost material. But he plays b5. Now I can't capture because he's supported by this guy. But then I can't capture this guy because he's supported by this guy. So I play a4, challenging that. He plays bishop to b7. A takes b5, c takes b5. And now I can finally take knight takes b5. And I'm going to pick this pawn up soon. He plays bishop to a6. And this is actually the main mistake he made. And after this, I'm going to start piling a lot more pressure. I capture back. Bishop takes c4. He plays queen to b6. This is attacked twice, defended only once. So I play queen to b3. So now it's defended twice. He plays e6, and the reason he plays it is where there's a battering ram between these guys hitting this guy. So he prevents it with e6. I play knight to f3. I'm trying to get this knight into this situation, both to defend my other pieces and to attack his pieces. He does the same, knight to f3. I castle, and he plays knight e4. Not sure what the intent was, but this is a pretty dangerous square. He can fork all these three pieces, but luckily I have this guy and this guy defending the square, so I don't pay attention to it for the moment. I go ahead and play knight to c3. The reason is I wanted to challenge this guy, get rid of him, and I wanted to relieve the tension here. This guy, as long as the knight remained in b5, both of these guys were like semi-pinned. So, the knight was pinned to both of these guys. So imagine if either of this piece or this piece left this position, the other piece would be hanging, and then this guy would be pinned. So that's why I wanted to get rid of this situation. I played knight to c3. He plays queen to c6, and this is the big blunder. This is where he loses the main game. I would recommend you, I'm gonna pause for a minute here. I would recommend you to take some time and try and work out a nice tactic which would win me the game. It would win me a lot of material. So let me give you a couple of minutes. You can pause the game for now. Okay, so I hope some of you found it, and if you didn't, I'll give you one other clue just so you know what to look out for. There is a sacrifice involved, and the intent of the sacrifice is to remove the defender, and I hope that can give you a clue to solve the tactic, and then I'll give you the answer after the next pause. Okay folks, I hope most of you found it. If you didn't, you can maybe learn something from here about removing the defender and about skewers and pins. So I took rook a6, rook takes a6. I took the bishop, and this is actually a sacrifice. It's a sacrificing the exchange because the rook is worth more than a bishop. So he takes with knight, knight takes a6, and now I play the killer move, bishop to b5, pinning the queen to the king. he can't move the queen anywhere. He's gonna lose it. He has to either take the bishop and then lose it by either the queen or the knight. And the reason I took the bishop earlier, this bishop was guarding this square, so I couldn't just play this because he would just take it and then I wouldn't really gain anything. But I took with my rook sacrifice, and then after I lost the exchange, I managed to play this, and then at this point he resigned. So I hope you learned a little bit from it, but I would again recommend you to watch the longer videos just for the fun of it. And I hope you solved this one, and I hope I can bring a lot more videos to you where you can solve many other little problems. And I hope you had fun watching an amateur play. I'm sure it gives a nice relief than watching professionals play moves that you would never even think of. I hope you had a good laugh as well, because especially if you're higher ranked than me. But I hope I see you soon. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Bye bye.